this is certainly going to be interesting. Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Game Reserve. My name is Jagger Newman, and I'm the warrior in these parts. And if you're wondering why we are doing a recording tonight as opposed to just the usual live stream, it's primarily due to my guest for the evening. Joining me tonight is none other than my good friend, Superstar64. How you doing tonight, Star?
Good, you? Besides your head cold.
Yeah, so the original plan for this video was for Star to come join me because we've been trying to get them on the showcase for a while now, but they've just been really busy with work, so it just hasn't worked out. But we finally get a weekend where both our schedules align. We have the game we want to play. We're really excited. And then I have to get a damn head cold. Like, Fate just does not want Star on the showcase for some reason. Like, what is up with that? But, like, I'm not feeling 100%, and though I am feeling a lot better since I've taken the day to recover after a 4-day week, 12-hour shifts at work. It is still lingering around, so I figured the best thing was for Star to stay at a distance through Discord, so that's how we're going to be doing the showcase. So, what are we playing tonight, Star? Because I know this is one you've been very excited for a while now.
I'm going to pronounce it wrong because it's a Spanish studio, so it's supposed to pronounce the Spanish way. But I believe it's Gris.
I always
Spanish for
say
gray.
I always say Gris for some reason, but there's no E in it. But no hablo español, so yeah. However it's pronounced, maybe someone in the comments will direct us to that. So, what can you tell me about this game, Star?
So it was inspired by Journey largely, and started out with some Ubisoft creators who, didn't really like working at Ubisoft, imagine. And they didn't really feel like they had the artistic skills, so they recruited people for the music and the art direction. It just went from there, and they wanted something universal, no fail state, so everyone could play it because it's based on a universal experience.
Yeah,
It's
accessibility
really
was what they were going for what I read.
it's really art in motion.
Yeah,
Like, don't get me wrong, you're showing Journey, A, because of inspiration, and B, because it is also art in motion, but this is a painting in motion.
yeah, it's very much cut from the same cloth as Journey in a
Uh,
sense.
uh, uh.
Are you about to sneeze?
No, I'm laughing because cloth. It's a good pun that you didn't know you made.
Wait, what did I say?
Cut from the same cloth.
Oh, I
Journey's
get
about
it.
collecting cloth creatures.
Okay, moving on. So, yeah, so this is a game that is very near and dear to Star's heart. They have been
Mhm.
asking me to give this one a try for a while now, and I told them that because I'm doing the showcase now, I would add in there because it's a little tight getting a bunch of different games in that aren't on the schedule. So I told them we would put it in. I played a little bit of it today. I intended to play the whole thing from start to finish because Star told me that's the best way to experience Geras. But unfortunately,
It's
with how I've been feeling today, no, I just lots of naps trying to recover, and unfortunately, I couldn't finish it. But uh, just based on the design and art of this game, it really is what Star is saying. It is painting in motion, and once we're finished with the showcase, I am probably going to finish it because it really is something special. But I think we've talked about it enough, Star, so why don't we go ahead and actually get the game going? What do you say?
absolutely.
As to how we're going to be playing this game, I'm going to be playing the Nintendo Switch version, specifically on my Switch 2. From what I understand, it was originally released for PCs and Switch, so the Switch version is one of the original versions of the game, though this game is starting to come out on multiple consoles. I think there's been a lot
Even
of
mobile.
oh yeah, so there are plenty of ways to play this game, and it's not terribly expensive either. So this shouldn't be one you have to Shouldn't be one that you have to break the bank to play.
Yeah,
Sometimes I can't speak. I do a YouTube channel and I can't speak.
we all get like that.
Yeah, I was disappointed we couldn't have you tonight, Star, because we were gonna have some fun playing the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, I've seen one in passing. I haven't touched it, you know.
Yeah,
Money.
yeah. I was
Not
lucky
enough
to
games to
get
justify it yet.
Star.
Sorry?
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
I said not enough games to justify getting a Switch 2 yet.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that though. The 1-2 punch from Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza really has me feeling like I got my money's worth.
It's not like
They,
you can't play all your old Switch games on it.
oh yeah, backwards compatible. Why am I suddenly thinking of Steven Universe?
They did live in a statue. Not that one that moved that I recall though.
Yeah, when I
I really
first
love the
go,
music. I feel like adds a lot to it.
yeah, I gotta be honest though. When I first started playing this, I thought that she was yawning there. I didn't realize she was trying to sing.
Upon replaying a few times, the sound cues are very important. Like that she
Yeah,
can't sing. It starts out her and the motherly figure. We don't know if she's an aunt or what. Um, Sound very similar, but you can tell via the pitch which one is her and which one's the motherly figure.
hmm
Um, and if you listen for the different vocal lines, it adds a lot because you can tell when they're singing separately and versus together.
I have to pay attention for
Um,
that.
Especially toward the end, there's something really significant with it. I can send you the essay I wrote on it, but which I wrote for fun because I'm a nerd and autistic. Um,
Oh please,
but
I do that all the time. I was doing that for Donkey Kong Bonanza today.
I mean, you do run the YouTube channel. It's essentially essays in video form, just not in the way that video essayists do it.
Yeah, and like this game definitely hooks you with the visuals from the get-go. The image
Oh
of her
yeah,
on the hand and crumbling, and then her just falling as that great music starts playing. A
and the
little
kind
bit
of
of the
like
little
the
bit of
limp
the
kind of,
watercolor background and everything. It's just really good.
hmm and the way she just kind of limply falls and just kind of accepts it or
Weird,
gives into it.
weirdly enough, it's kind of reminding me of an image from The Wall of all things. So I'd rather not talk about that one since I'm not a big
Been a
fan of The
while since I
Wall.
saw that.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember you said that. But something I advise people when playing Gris, it is an exploration game. So you can miss stuff. So if you're a completionist, definitely you want to walk around. The issue with that in the beginning is you need an ability to explore, and sometimes people will get the ability and not backtrack.
I
But you get it pretty
see.
quickly.
Yeah,
But I
and
love like the just sketchy nature of her hair. Um, like it still remains uniform, but it's just very pretty and lighting effects kind of things.
yeah, and just the way her dress is animated is gorgeous too.
Oh yeah, just wonderful loops. Like it's the same loop, but it's such a smooth, beautiful loop that I do not care. But her like emoting is really great. She just absolutely looks defeated and depressed,
Yeah,
and just the lack of color.
I haven't finished this game yet, so I don't know what the full deal with this is, and no spoilers here because part of the thing with the game reserve is we want to encourage people to play the games we showcase.
Right,
But
right.
based on some things you told me and what I've read in development details, I'm sort of already drawing my own conclusions about this, but unfortunately, I don't think I can talk about how I'm interpreting a lot of this stuff without spoiling anything for anyone.
Yeah, that is a hard place for it. With the critters in the background just now, they put those in because they felt like the world was too empty.
Also, with the way she's running, doesn't that kind of remind you of Tina from Bob's Burgers, the way she runs?
I haven't watched Bob's Burgers in probably a decade,
Why
maybe a
am
little
I
less
not
than that.
surprised?
No, I liked it. I just, I never got around to it.
It's just the first thing that popped into my head when I saw that. You know, the Naruto
But
run
you
and
can see right
everything.
there from that drop, stuff is definitely missable. You cannot backtrack past that drop, obviously. So
Yeah,
think about that when you approach a big drop off. Do I want to go down here or do I want to backtrack?
yeah, with some of the level
Which you
design down
don't always
here.
know, unfortunately.
Yeah, with some of the level design I've noticed, you don't always have the option to backtrack, so, that's something for replayability, too.
Oh yeah, I replayed the game several times, showing people and also as a form of therapy. Honestly,
Oh, yeah. I can definitely see this being useful for therapy. It might even be something I need to share with Steffi.
if Steffi hasn't already played it.
I have a feeling she hasn't, but one thing we haven't done yet, I haven't talked about the controls, so movement in general feels pretty good. The character doesn't build up any momentum. As soon as you let off the stick or D-pad, she stops. But the jump has a nice play control to it. The weight feels nice. The animation helps with that. So control is pretty good, I would say. And I find over the course of the game, you do gain some new abilities, and they are a
Mhm.
snap to perform. So yeah, pretty good with the controls here. And
Also,
I
like
feel
whenever she stops, you can see her dress jerk forward a little bit, following the momentum.
Yeah, and here's a good place of video game design. You're talking about how you need to backtrack in certain places. So you hit a dead end there. That sort of tells you that sometimes it pays to go left because whenever anyone plays a 2D platformer, the first inclination is to go right for some reason. So you kind of have to have the Metroid trick, as I like to call it, where the most important item in the game is actually placed to the left of where you start.
Yeah, I like
Like,
the also the this like different foreground, midground, background. How they make it pretty ambiguous what is and is not walk onable.
yeah, that's something I've struggled with a little bit playing the game myself. Like, I get to the point I think I'm going to get stuck, and then I take a second look at the background and be like, I can probably jump on that. And 9 out of 10 times, like, oh, I can jump on that.
Yep, and like go back to those trees
Which trees? Those
that you
trees?
just walked through. Hmm.
Oh, I didn't even notice that those were trees, honestly.
Whatever they are, walk through them. They jiggle a little bit,
Yeah, it's just a subtle
stuff like
detail,
that.
but
Hmm. Or like if you look under your feet as you walk, a lot of times dust motes will like drop from your feet from where you're walking.
yeah, and just look at the
Big
fabric
boy,
on whatever that is. I mean,
the big
God, that's
boy.
pretty.
I don't care for the sound effect though; it's very moist. It is. It's a very moist sound effect.
Yeah, and so these
I've never
things.
really
Go
thought
ahead.
about the. I've never thought about the like symbolism significance of them using stars. I think they might actually not be stars. If you get all of the mementos, you might figure out what I think they are instead of stars. But they make constellations, so I guess they could be both.
I always, thought,
What I
I
think they
was
are and stars.
That's what I was playing. I always thought they were music notes
I could see that too. Yeah,
because
they do make.
oftentimes when you're trying to visualize music, like how light would move through a constellation if you were to animate it. I mean, that's often what you would visualize it as.
Mhm.
And again, we're finding more of the stone statues and everything.
Yep.
And I love how all this emotion that you're seeing is done purely through the visuals and everything. Like, there isn't any dialogue in this game, is there?
No, just singing and music.
It's gorgeous. And like the watercolor backgrounds, like that is fantastic. It's almost like something out of
Hmm.
a Spider-Gwen comic book. It's really cool.
The animation for that must have been something like to have to code and stuff.
I do kind of wish we didn't have a notification up there saying that we brought Red back. Kind of ruins the immersion, but whatever.
Yeah, there's a few different trophies you can get for the game, which I got all of them because completionist.
Yeah, Star is very much a completionist. It is very frustrating watching them or them watching you play a game with a lot of collectibles because they're always saying, wait, go back, get that, go back, get this, go back, get that.
I'm better now. I'm better.
Sure you are, Star.
We have our very beautiful kind of Taj Mahal-esque vibe and our goal indicator. And also like a progress tracker. If you go back to the left, once it lets you, if you go back to the left and look at that the area you just came from, there's a drawing on the keep going. There's a drawing on the wall. That tells you the zone it is, and it tells you how many mementos there are to get and how many of those mementos you have gotten.
I see.
Um, you cannot backtrack, um, but you can chapter select.
I see. Because, yeah, right now I can't go back any further than this.
You would be able to jump that eventually, but not right now.
Oh yeah, you do get a
Um,
double jump, which later doubles as a glide as well, but that's for
mhm.
later on. But yeah, just the contrast of the red against the white there, but also uh, the fact that the character's hair is such a distinct color too. I mean, she always
Yeah.
stands out no matter what setting you're in. And I've always found games like this to be really interesting, ones that prioritize the art design in above photorealism and stuff like that, because it's proof
More
that you can
timeless.
make an artistic game and without a AAA budget. And more often than not, these games hold up a
I mean,
lot better than the AAA games that come out. Like that, these developers came from games like Rainbow Six Siege. Like you look at those games with their realistic depictions. As soon as the next console comes out, it's going to be dated design-wise, but this is always going to be appealing to look at, no matter how you slice it.
Okami's like that too.
Oh yeah,
I can't tell you how
art.
many times I've played through all of Okami.
It's like I always say, artistic sensibilities will always trump hardware limitations. Hardware is just a paintbrush for the artist that wields it. And that whole
Hmm.
scene right there with the sliding, that definitely brought to mind Journey, didn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, with the sun and the sand falling. Oh yeah.
Probably my favorite
Um,
section in Journey. Journey is something else we're going to have to cover at some point, won't we, Star?
you haven't covered Journey. I call dibs.
Ha ha, I figured you would. I'll save it for you, Star. But you gotta remember,
Thanks.
Star, I have a lot of games I need to cover, and I'm constantly adding new series to the showcase. I need to be sure I visit other series. I didn't
Yeah,
even comment on the title screen either, but, I like the title, Gris, as Star said, Spanish for gray, and just the graphic
Chris.
design of the rotating circle around it. Crane Sword Mandala Effect. Very, very beautiful. And just this image right here, like, this is something you could hang in a gallery.
Oh yeah, like it's pretty much every frame of this game you can like the Gris subreddit is just full of screenshots, and I don't blame them. I'm that way about Monument Valley and I forgot the name of the game, but Monument Valley. I'm just like every screen of this could be a lovely screenshot for a background.
Like, even this image right here.
This is definitely a reference to Journey. You can see the different foreground, midground, background moving at different speeds, which adds
Oh,
a lot to it. Also, all these like little elements coming in.
Yeah, it creates a really nice sense of depth, despite the fact that it's all a
Hmm
2D image.
hmm And then these indicators for this mechanic that starts. They're warning signals. And then, oh, the wind means something. As well as like the music it is the anticipation and the wind being watercolor that blows out.
So cool.
Oh, it's so good. It's so beautiful. It's just so many wonderful design choices to like mimic the medium of watercolor.
Like, I'm really surprised that I hadn't heard of this game until you told me about its star, because like I had seen it on GameFly. In fact, I probably had this in my GameFly queue for a long while, but this isn't one that I heard broadly discussed in gaming circles, which really is a shame because this is one of those games that the industry really needs to be proud of.
Yeah, like, most gaming it's more concerned with like challenging mechanics or really like realistic graphics. And artistic games just don't get a lot of traction usually, especially if they don't really have anything interesting gameplay wise. Like I think the gameplay in Grease is very interesting, but it's not, ooh, challenging speedrun Mario World Maker 95 or whatever.
Yeah,
It's meant to be accessible, so it's not challenging on purpose.
yeah, like the artistry of gaming, I always say it's not just how a game looks. People often misunderstand that. It also has to
Hmm
do a lot with how the game plays. Like,
Yeah.
a big component of the opening of this game, like when you're first taking control of the character, is that she can't jump. And what I've read is that is intentional because it's supposed to give you an idea that something is going on with this character. Like, there's something that has happened that has affected her a great deal. So, simple stuff like
She's
that.
literally weighed down.
Oh, yeah. Simple stuff like that
And then
is.
she
Keep going.
and then she like cries. And the crying is what allows her because she grieves a little bit. I love these little rock creatures. They don't mean much. They come into play like twice, but they're super cute. Also, the windmill right there, it's a great indicator that this is a safe space because it doesn't go with the wind.
All these little details I haven't noticed just yet, but then
Hmm
again, I haven't even played this game from start to finish yet, so. But yeah, I
I've played this
definitely
game, I
am
think, 5
seeing
times.
everything that you're talking about.
The banner.
Once again, didn't even notice that. Like, it might not seem like the most complex of images, but
And then
there's a lot going on
that
with
windmill you
it
just
here.
passed. That windmill you just passed, it won't go with the wind either. Another indicator that this is a safe area. I love all the noises of her walking on the metal uh, scaffolding.
Damn, that's gorgeous.
The way she rolls up when she rolls.
That actually made me jump the first time I saw that.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh god, this is a fight. No, it's not a fight.
Like, I did get to one section where a bird is hassling you, a giant bird blowing you all over the
Hmm
place. But
Yep.
there's no combat in this game either, is there?
Um, kind of. It's not like you pull out a sword and whack something kind of combat. It's exploiting a weakness kind of combat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but just once, I think. Like twice technically. But it's the same enemy. I'm pretty
Like,
sure that's it.
Like, as I was playing this game, and again, trying not to spoil anything, but
Hmm
what I was sort of interpreting everything I was seeing as was, you know, sort of visual representation of a character's journey through their own trauma and hardship. I'm assuming after losing a loved one. Like, I can't confirm that
Hmm.
because I haven't played all the game yet. But with
Hmm.
certain details, especially with how the character acts, I'm getting the sense that I'm onto something there. And I don't want you to
Okay.
confirm or deny that, Star. But, it's just something I wanted to say. Whether or not I'm onto something, you can tell me when we cut off the showcase.
All right. The symbols like that.
I did,
It's a square, and then you become a square. Like it makes sense.
I did find
Each
that a
time
little. I did find that a little strange though. First time I played this though.
it.
And, I have the Metroidvania background, so I feel the need to backtrack to where I know I can use the square move, which sounds really weird when I say it out loud. Square move. It's kind of like Kirby transforming in Super Smash Bros. Down B. You know what I'm talking about?
It's been a minute. I don't play a lot of Super Smash Brothers.
I
I'm
don't
not real
either,
good at that kind
but
of game.
I don't know why I didn't hit square there.
It's a new mechanic. You didn't think about it.
I realized I could do that when I was playing the game. I don't know why I didn't do it there. And I just realized if you're playing this on PlayStation, to do that move, you would actually be hitting the square button.
I didn't think about that.
I find it funny that she's still somehow walking with the square.
I would argue that it symbolizes resilience.
Oh, yeah.
All the bent stuff. Like none of it was bent before. Now it's all bent. The change in music.
She's pushing through something.
Hmm. And this is like because of the stuff being bent, it indicates it being a stronger storm. Also, look at the pillars,
I am looking at the pillars. Are you talking about the ones in the background?
the foreground.
I am looking at those ones. Is she having a breakthrough here? Is the question I'm asking now. Actually, I want to take a closer look at these pillars, actually.
They
Let's see
they
here.
tell a story,
So,
and the poses are so good, and I appreciate that she's like nude without being sexualized.
oh yeah. Some hardcore emotions are definitely being felt here.
I pointed that out because she goes from being herself to being stone.
Ah, clever. Very
Mm-hmm.
clever.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way I'm supposed to go, but I didn't go this way last time I played, so I just want to see what's over here.
Good idea. That's the way you want to play this game. 100%. Are you to rock friend?
It is a little creepy that the rocks are alive, though. It makes me think of that scene from the third Pirates of the Caribbean, or the rocks from that movie Apollo 18. Not Apollo 18, Apollo 13. Yeah, Apollo 18.
Too long. I don't remember.
Like, there was a race of, like, rock aliens or something that lived on the moon, and that's why we don't go there anymore. It's actually a pretty creepy movie, just using the haunting atmosphere that you would find on the surface of the moon to really create this foreboding atmosphere.
Yeah, space absolutely lends itself to that.
Space is
Um,
terrifying.
yeah.
Okay. I probably need the double jump or glide to get there, don't I?
Do you want me to answer that?
Yes.
No. Everything you need is right here.
Okay. have an idea, but I wonder if it would work.
Okay. The sound effects of becoming the block, like a brick.
Nice weight to it.
Uh-huh. Which again helps to communicate the resilience to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There you go.
I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. I mean SMART. Sometimes my brain works the way it's supposed to.
I mean, it's your brain, so it's probably working the way it is supposed to.
That's a good way to look at it.
Is it causing you trouble? No? Then it's fine.
Sometimes it causes me trouble.
The various, like, layers of animation going on here.
Oh, yeah. Whee! I love this next image that we literally land on. Like, just even the light, the way she's casting the shadow.
Yeah.
God, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I love the silhouette of the back black down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Also
And-
something. So we see these little things flying around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where are they coming from?
That's a good question, but you landed
You can
right
see
there.
where they're coming from. Do you see it? They're coming from your silhouette. If you run, you can see them flying out of you.
Ah, fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling herself out of a dark place.
If you walk around that area, you'll find statues of the woman with her face covered in that kind of
I did
grief.
notice that as I was walking around down in there. It took me a while to figure out that I needed to break the blocks in order to move forward. Not the blocks, the jars.
It's actually breaking anything, and if you break some specific stuff, you get an award. You unlock something. And there's something else is that some of the unlockables in the game add context to it beyond just the mementos.
Huh. Interesting.
So, like, you know how it's like you obtained red or whatever, right? There's some
Right.
missable ones like that add context.
And like even this right here, I think is artistically pleasing. It's just line work, but
Yeah.
like the different
Very
thicknesses
beautiful.
and everything, and they work in different shades. The watercolor clouds in the background, and then that red just immediately catches your eye. You even see that red affecting the scaffolding and everything. Like it's black right here, but as you get closer to that, it starts to turn red, almost like that power color is overpowering it. It's so good.
Or it's the cloud in front of it. Because
Yeah, there
if
is a
you
cloud
walk
in
back,
front
you
of
can
that
see that
too.
cloud.
Yeah, like this right here.
Yep. That border.
They got some talented artists to work on this, and these are the kind of
Oh,
artists
yeah.
that just wouldn't be able to find work in, the AAA
Oh, yeah.
space with Ubisoft and people like that. They would just be tasked with making games look as realistic as possible, and their talents would just be wasted on making something that would appeal to the widest possible demographic. This game isn't
And, like, there's a
necessarily.
time.
appealing to a demographic. It's just trying to be accessible to everyone.
Hmm. There's a time and place for really realistic. Like I think if you play the Avatar game from Ubisoft and you don't play it on the highest settings, you're missing out on like half the experience
Yeah.
because it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful game. Like screw Ubisoft. It is absolutely a Avatar reskinned Far Cry, and I really enjoy that game. I just love walking around in it and looking at things and
I would say you have
the
a
the, the weather system, the lighting. Oh my god, it's so beautiful.
I would say you have a personal bias for that game, though, Star, because
Oh
you
yeah.
are one of the biggest Avatar fans ever. Both Avatars, actually. Actually
Like, don't get me
saw.
wrong, I don't like that it is blue Pocahontas. Like, I feel like it would have been saved a lot if they had just made Neytiri become a Metagayan, but no, they had to have the white guy do it. All right, here we go.
Yeah. I actually saw the trailer for the next Avatar movie that's coming out, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was
I'm hyped.
I was shocked to see that because I was like, wait, another Avatar movie already? He's
So with
not gonna wait
Avatar,
over a decade in order for it to come out?
the reason that he did it that way is because he knew the kids were going to grow up, so he shot it all at once. All of them are already shot, and they're all just in the editing phase now.
Hmm.
And don't get me wrong, if they need to reshoot something, they can use the technology they used to make Sigourney Weaver look like a child, right? But it's cheaper to film them when they're still youngins.
Honestly, I just find the whole thing silly. Like, if what you're worried about is making sure the characters are look the proper age, why not just, make it completely animated? Why you gotta do all this motion
Like,
capture and live action nonsense? Just just make it animated,
yeah,
dude.
he wanted it to mostly be about the technology and the visuals. That's why he made the story simple, because he wanted you not to have to think about it. Which I'm like,
But it's art. You're
there's so much
supposed to
potential
think
for that
about
world,
it.
and
You're,
right.
I mean, that's what we're doing here. Like, this game isn't expressly stating anything, but it's making us think. That's part of the fun of it.
Hmm.
Like, simple,
Little
but
bell down the bottom there.
work in some thematic content too. That can go a long way. Like even Donkey Kong Bonanza, whatever you call it. Even though the story there is very simple, uh, there is a lot of thematic content to it, I would say. Like, there is some commentary that I feel you can derive from it, which probably sounds crazy since it's a Nintendo game, but that's kind of how I felt as I was playing it. It's not like a
Hey, you're
Mario
welcome to interpret
game.
whatever you interpret.
It's not like a Mario game when the story just boils down to, the princess is kidnapped again. Let's go save her.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy like Odyssey. My favorite is for sure Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
I haven't
Galaxy
played
is
enough of Galaxy to have an opinion.
Galaxy is just fantastic on all accounts. It's still my choice for the best Mario game. I always get hung up between that and Odyssey, but I tend to lean a little more towards Galaxy just because there's a little more thematic content to its story.
And it's just innovative, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like the gravity mechanic. Oh, it's so much fun to screw with.
that's
I
not to
love
say
like making myself fly around a planet.
that's not to say that they don't have fun in Odyssey with the possess mechanic, being able to take control of so many of the
Right.
enemies in the game. But I don't
Right.
know. There's just something more epic about flying through space than going on a globetrotting adventure, I would say.
And then on top of that, with the possession mechanic, I mean, we already had that. It's just that Mario took on the attributes instead of fully taking on a creature.
Yeah. Still mixed up the gameplay quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is such a pretty game.
Yeah. The like shaft of light and then the twinkling bits and also like the sound of like the gear work,
Oh yeah.
all the details in the rocks there. I don't think they repeat patterns in those rocks if you look at it. Or they don't repeat it often enough to be like really like stick out or anything.
Like, they just do a good job flowing from one idea to the other. Like, just like every time you add a new color, they introduce something new to the world. It's almost like, you know, as she's overcoming her grief and everything, the color is coming back to the world. You know, seeing everything that what happened, whatever it is, that tainted her perception of reality is starting to fade away as everything
The
that brought her
processing of
joy.
grief.
Yeah, exactly. Which I do believe I'm onto something there, primarily because as I was doing research on this game, I found that they actually consulted a psychologist and everything to help them portray the thematic stuff that they were trying to convey here.
Which is funny because they ended up going with a theory that most psychologists don't follow anymore.
Where's Steffi when you need her? She could probably explain this a lot better than we could.
I mean, we can't explain it without giving spoilers.
Yeah, well, let's not give spoilers because we do want people to play this game. I'm sure you want people to play this game, especially. I want more people to play it. Why is no one talking about this one?
Because it's not challenging and it's not hyper realistic. That's what it comes down to.
Oh, freaking well.
I mean,
the character
how many
doesn't.
people talked about Fez? Fez is still a pretty underground game.
Well, Fez,
True Fish and all that, but
well, Fez had the misfortune of launching alongside a Halo and a Call of Duty game, so it had a lot of things working against it.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Fez, that's something else we're gonna have to cover for the showcase at some point, won't we?
Oh yeah, Fez is great. Like, excellent puzzle game. Excellent puzzle game.
Lots of fun, even if it does give you a headache.
It really utilized the. I love games that utilize the fact that you're playing on a computer, whether it's a PC or a console. Also, look, the rocks aren't alive. There's something living in the rocks.
Something using them for protection, kind of like the enemy in Pikmin.
Mm-hmm. You scared him. He's gonna be big and tall now, and you can't scare me anymore.
Yeah, trying to make yourself look bigger to scare me off, but bigger isn't always better, buddy. Star knows a thing or two about that, don't you?
Oh yes, you're only making a joke about the fact that I'm 5'1". That's all you're making a joke about. This is a family-friendly show.
I don't know if you've seen any clips of Reacher Star, but have you seen the clip of him meeting Paulie for the first time?
No.
So Reacher is 6'5", 250 pounds, all hard muscle. Used to be in the biggest, meanest, toughest guy in the room. So imagine how it feels for him when he meets someone who is 7'2", 350 pounds. Someone who's actually towering over him. I'm surprised. They found a freak beast of that caliber to play that character on the show.
Yeah. Freya's 6'2", so anytime she encounters someone who's actually taller than her, she's like, I gotta walk up to you and make sure.
See, like, here's the part where I got stuck initially. Like, over here, I'm supposed to step over here, and, this thing goes down. I think, like before, that I just do the square, but I can't get it to go down anymore. anymore. I know that I need to drop down more, but how do I get up there? I can't reach these things right here that sort of tell me that's something I can jump on. But then as I screw around a little bit, I realize, wait, the stretcher right here, can I jump on this? And I
Yep.
can. And now that I'm looking at it a little closer, I can actually see a white line on top of all the stuff that I
Correct.
can walk
Mm-hmm.
on. I guess this
Yep.
is why you were telling me to play it on a bigger screen, because I probably couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see that playing it on the Switch 2s in handheld mode like I was.
And also, just it's gorgeous. Like you miss details if you don't.
Even with the Switch 2's great big humongous screen. Like,
That's something
serious.
that anytime you ask people about Gris, like who've played it, like what are your tips or tricks or whatever, it's play it on the best screen you have. The best screen you have.
Once again, another image that could easily be a painting.
Mm-hmm. The use of the white as cloud as well.
Oh, yeah.
Very pretty loading screen.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's why I figured stuff like that and the sliding was loading screens.
I
Which
mean, we
is a
can't know
nice.
for sure unless we go into the code, but like, better than an elevator.
Oh, yeah, better than an elevator. Or, as I've seen in recent games, you know those parts where you gotta squeeze your way
Push open
through
the
like a tight
door.
crevice? Or in Metroid Prime, like you remember playing that and how some of the doors were slow to open when you shot at them?
Mm-hmm.
That just meant that the game was taking a second to load.
Yep, that checks out.
Really excited for Metroid Prime 4. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with that. Been waiting on that one for so freaking long.
Yeah. It's been like over a decade, right?
Yeah. Hear those hands again. Actually, not really a
Mm-hmm.
decade. I think Metroid Prime was announced. Metroid Prime 4 was announced in 2018, and now we got
Oh,
some
the
more.
announcement. I was just talking about a game at all, but yeah, the announcement was a while ago too.
I didn't think that there ever was going to be a Metroid Prime 4, really.
I don't blame you.
And like another color gets added, and then more gets added to the world as well. So now we got some vegetation in there.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's Tarzaning. I feel a need to play some Phil Collins. I don't know why. Son of man to the sky. Let your spirit set it free. Someday you'll walk tall with pride.
We got all of our vines and our
Yeah,
blocked
once.
off pathway.
Yeah, that doesn't even look like it can stop me. That is in the foreground.
Right.
I'm like, the sun in the background, that's just like a red dot.
Mm-hmm.
And it keeps fading in and out depending on how much smoke is in. Look, see me kicking up the rose petals? That's awesome. And like, I know what that's for,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that ability yet. There is a lot of replay value to this, isn't there? More than I was realizing as I was initially playing it. And again, playing it on a bigger
Yeah.
screen, taking a closer look at it, like you and me, Star, we both went through art school. We done some paintings in our day. Like in there, the
I don't.
square,
I've
like
done like 5 paintings. I'm not a painter.
like you can just like that is how watercolor looks. I mean, like that the
It
texture
is.
work here is just amazing.
The edges too. How the edges are a little darker.
Like even the lines aren't completely straight either. Like it actually looked like someone did all this with a brush. And like this looks simple compared to what people generally expect from a AAA game, but you know, you can tell effort was put here if you just look closer at everything. Like so much thought probably went into this.
Oh yeah. This is gorgeous. And just the way that like you walk by some things and they'll just lift a little bit and Even though it's a very obviously just like a tweak animation, it's still perfectly fine. Works great. Has like a kind
Sometimes,
of like storybook feel to it.
yeah, honestly, it kind of reminds me of
Oh
Yoshi's Island, if you've ever played that.
no, no, I didn't think I had a Nintendo system at the time.
We'll cover that for the showcase at some point, though. I gotta get through Sonic first. Thankfully,
All
I've
right, where do we
already,
go?
thankfully, I've already hit rock bottom as far as the Sonic series has gone is concerned.
Oh, you played the unnamed one?
Uh, I destroyed that game on camera,
Yeah.
and like, God, this image right here is just so beautiful. I actually sent a picture of this to
hmm
my girlfriend just to show her what it looked like, and she too
Oh,
was
those
just
six
floored by
weeks.
it. Yeah, she wants to
Just
play this one too once we're finished with it.
yeah, for sure. And just like all the different layers of the vines and the different rates they move
It's just
really
fantastic.
creates a sense of depth.
Like what this is reminding me of is some of the background images in Samurai Jack, how they depicted trees
hmm
sometimes. It's funny how I'm
hmm
thinking of cartoons, comic books, all that kind of stuff, instead of the fine art pieces that this stuff is clearly inspired by. You know, what they actually
hmm
taught me in art history class that I typically slept through. But influence is influence, and, you know, some things influence multiple projects.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, I love this animation right here, how the leaves and
Yes.
everything come back. That's really smooth. That's fluid as hell.
Yeah. It's so organic
Definitely.
and like clearly has frames, but just enough frames. The changing of the lighting as you move, the dust motes. Brand. I have a patch of the brand embroidered on my book bag.
And like the interaction that you have with this little guy, it kind of what I was getting out of it was, you know, meeting someone and, you know, that sort of helping you through your grief, like just a friend when you need one.
I can see that. Yeah.
And like you can see him in the background there, and then he disappears as soon as you see him.
hmm
I like the fuzzy
Leading you
texture on the
onward.
grass. That's really like, my God, this is such a pretty game.
It is. It's so gorgeous. And like, yeah, they probably repeat some of these elements, but there's so much of them you do not notice it.
Well, you'd be surprised how many video games repeat elements, and there is a way to use that effectively and creatively. Like, I ever told you how Majora's Mask came out, Star? How that came about?
Um, mm, maybe.
So, how Majora's Mask came about was it was right after the development of Ocarina of Time, which took 2 or 3 years to develop. I'm not exactly sure. And once it was finished, Miyamoto got his team together and told them, okay, we're going to do another Zelda game, and we're only going to have a year to develop it.
Oh, and so they're just like, we'll just reuse the assets. It'll be fine. And yeah, I mean, that
Yes,
add
but
into the
they
weirdness.
came up with a creative way to do it, sort of using those assets to create sort of this twisted depiction of Hyrule. And that ended
Mhm.
up working out very well for the game. It's one of the more memorable Zelda games, I would say.
It definitely gives it a dream kind of vibe to it.
Ah, dream, more like a nightmare.
Right.
Let's be real, that's a pretty scary Zelda game.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I love it. Definitely need to get you on here to cover some Zelda games because you've had to miss out on the last couple of ones I did.
That checks out.
I think the next one is Link's Awakening, so I'll keep you posted for that. I know that's kind of your
The remake or the
franchise.
original?
What do you think, Star?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna play the original, play games in order.
Ah, okay.
Play games in order so you can see how they've either gotten better or how they've gotten worse. And see, now you got your buddy here who's following you.
Pretty shy.
Kind of reminds me of how Tails met Sonic for the first time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, how Sonic initially found Tails annoying, but decided to let him stick around because he was impressed that Tails could keep up with him so well. And then they just became the best of friends.
Ah, yes, the bribes.
Wow, look at all the apples there on the ground.
Hungry.
Kind
It's a
of
good
one.
indicator. Like when you see them on the ground, it's like, oh, there's an apple nearby that may defeat him.
Yeah, I really do need to play this on a bigger screen.
Uh-huh.
We've only got 4 more minutes to go, Star. I'm sure you're tired. You did have to work today, didn't you?
Yeah, I work on weekdays and like for like a month and a half from like mid-April to May. It's pretty much every weekend.
Yeah, that's part of why this got held up so long.
Yep. Well, hey, it's a great job.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, same. It's it's so good to have a great job. It pays off.
And now he's not afraid of me. And look, I think you even see
enough bribes.
I think you even see a smile on her face too.
I think so. Yeah. Open the pathway.
Like the color choice here to show the change of lights is also really good.
At your underground. A little jump follow mechanic being very well illustrated there.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
It's alright.
The
We're
leaves
almost there.
falling. The shafts of light is very, very.
It feels like you're
foresty.
in a real forest, despite the abstraction of it.
Yeah. Very old forest.
Making sure that my buddy can get through there. And I remember getting to this part, it's a little concerned that he just kind of disappeared on me. But he's actually up there somehow. Alright, little buddy, it's time I showed you how to smash something.
Correct.
Attaboy.
It's strong.
It's not about your weight, it's how you throw it around. This would actually be a good place to stop. We just crossed the hour mark. Okay, so as I said, I have not finished Gris yet, but just based on what I played so far from the art direction, the thematic content I'm already picking up on, the general gameplay, the smoothness of it all, I actually really do want to finish it. I might actually play it a few times because of all the stuff Star is telling about me. Like, this is a really impressive game that I'm surprised hasn't gotten a whole lot of attention. Like, yeah, it's not in the AAA space, but Journey was really popular when it came out, so why isn't this getting as much attention is what I would like to know. But yeah, this was a really good one for the showcase, Star. What are your overall thoughts on it?
Just a note on why possibly Journey was more popular, because you almost had to have a second player to play Journey,
Eh.
so it spread more. Um, but other thoughts, it's therapeutic, very pretty. Each element adds in something. Am I allowed to shout out another YouTube channel?
Yeah, you can shout out another YouTube channel.
Daryl Talks Games did a video on it, and I think it adds a lot of like understanding to it. I do disagree on his interpretation of the turtle. I think that it is pink and not red, and you'll understand what that means later. Um, but yeah, just very good. I recommend tissues.
Yeah,
I have it's made me cry, and I've used it to help grieve.
yeah, you did tell me about that, but we don't have to get into that here if you don't want to. But yeah, so yeah, very good recommendation for the showcase, Star. If you ever find another game like this, be sure to let me know. And what was that other game you said they made recently? Neva, I think it was called.
Neva, Neva.
Yeah, we'll cover that too at some point, you and me. So we'll be on the lookout for that, folks. But that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, Star.
Oh wow,
Star? Did we
you
lose
cut
you?
out.
But
You cut out.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad you played it finally.
And if you enjoyed tonight's content, please be sure to like and subscribe. I do these videos every Saturday at 8 o'clock, either live or doing a recording like this. And what I do is me or sometimes a friend, as in this case, will take a game, we'll play it for about an hour, and we'll just talk about the design, the art, the history, all that fun stuff, because I enjoy that stuff. I like talking about it. What I do not do is play games from start to finish, so and the main reason for that is I feel you're missing something if you aren't actually playing the game yourself. But no disrespect to people who choose to or have to consume video games in that manner. That being said, if there is any game you'd like me to cover in this format, please be sure to leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to take a look at it. But that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you guys all have a good work week, and we'll see you next time.